are still watching Ngariete, and right now we're entering into something exciting. If you are a business person, you love the world of business, this is definitely for you. I'm joined in the studio by Mr. Ferguson Dzimira, who's from Exotica Global Institute of Business. Ase, thank you so much for joining us on Ngariete.
Thank you very much. I am very comfortable to be welcomed by yourself.
Wonderful. Now, I know everyone is wondering, what is Exotica Global Institute of Business?
I'll start off by welcoming the world, welcoming everyone who is listening and watching. And Exotica Global Institute of Business is an ecosystem of alternative learning and bringing around that which has not been imagined before for the benefit of humanity.
Okay.
Essentially, we are an institute of learning, business, and values that follow it.
Yes, you talked of something that is different. Why?
We want to appreciate our historic past. It has a very large bearing on who we are today and even our projection of life. It is very much shaped by where we're coming from. And as such, we have not a very clean past, not a thing of our own making as a continent of Africa. But we don't want to dwell in the past. Life must move on. All we can work on is what is ahead because the past cannot be changed. And the past has brought us to be where we are because particularly in the education system, we have not had a system that works for us, but it has always been that which is designed and defined for other purposes, not for our own benefit, as the African community.
Right. Well, now let's talk about the value propositions that EXG brings to the community.
So EXG, we believe we have a mandate, a self-given mandate, that is meant to transform the landscape of Africa over the coming 10 years, which have been broken down to the first 5 years, a period of capacity building. And with the use of technology optimizing on it, we believe if the battle of liberation, political liberation on the continent of Africa took 37 years to give us final independence in 1994 in South Africa, surely with the aid of technology, we should be standing in a much better place to achieve the objectives of EXG, that is emancipation of the African community and particularly the African economy in a very short space of time. So the first 5 years is capacity building, and the final 5 years we look forward to be implementing.
All right. You spoke about, the time frames. So have you started or are you looking into, getting into the business space already? When are you starting?
So Exotica Global formalized about June 2024. And as such, we have been groundworking in the past. Our first public appearance was in December, on the 9th, December 2024. So we are not starting. We are already hitting the ground running. And on the 2nd of March, we'll be hosting our inaugural conference and business expo to the economic advancement of the adults of our community.
All right. So you spoke about the adults. Are they the only people who are attending? Who is expected to attend this conference on the 2nd of March?
So I spoke about the adults because the first one was focusing on the boy child. That was in December. And we know the setbacks we have in that area. We believe it is also our responsibility to set the record right. And on the 2nd of March, we are focusing on the adults. Anyone who is economically active in this economy is most welcome and rather is invited to participate in one way or another. Okay. So I'll give you perhaps 2 or 3 segments that are taking place on the day. The main feature of the event is the conference, the business conference. It's featuring renowned speakers, from the business world, and from civic leadership. And the theme of the conference is unlocking opportunities. We find ourselves in a very strategic and most opportune moment when Trump is pulling the plug and everyone is crying foul. And this is just wake up to smell the coffee.
Yeah.
And let's face it, Trump doesn't owe us anything.
Yeah.
We have to own our own economic destiny. It's time to take the reins.
Yes, indeed. And
the other segment of the same conference is a business expo. This is where Mr. Limairo is coming in, and we're very grateful. Thank you very much for making yourself available out of your very busy schedule.
Yeah, I'm happy to participate and share, whatever knowledge and experience I've had, which might encourage and help somebody else and motivate them that they too can also do great things in life. So I'm happy to participate, and it's an honor to be part of this movement of emancipating the African economy.
Okay. So we're inviting the business community to make the brand shine. Products and services, we are having an opportunity to display and talk about our products and services in a setting where the visitors of the occasion will be business-minded, because they will have come to a conference, and as such, they are decision makers of which product and which service to hire and buy.
All right. So people have an opportunity to exhibit their products.
Precisely.
Where is this event happening?
So this event is taking place at the HICC, Harare International Conference Center. It's starting at 8 in the morning and it ends at 5 in the evening. And in between breaks, the attendees of the conference will have an opportunity to attend the Business Expo and mingle and meet and network. So it is a great opportunity for anyone who, this is not, let me stress on this one, this is not an exclusive event for the rich or for the fast or the furious. This is for anyone who has an interest in taking up responsibility of the economic destiny. And inside the conference, there's something very exciting that is going to happen. Mm-hmm. We are coming up with, we believe, while we're talking of the education system that has brought us to be where we are, where one comes out of university and they are complaining about unemployment, we should never be, because once you're educated, you should be self-sustaining. Mm-hmm. So this is what we are empowering our people to do. We are saying there's no point in waiting for a master to come, which was the emphasis of the old education system. You should be a master of your own to carry your economic destiny forward. So we have come up with what we call the EXG Venture Capital Funding Ecosystem. This is going to be given impetus by, we have come up with a competition that is going to be hosted by the same conference. Now, this competition is a business pitch competition. We know there are many brilliant ideas that are floating around, mm-hmm. but with no, and sometimes, you see, the old system seems to tell us what you need to get started is the capital.
Yes.
Financial capital. Mm-hmm. We need in excess of financial capital. We need financial capital, we need human capital, we need technical capital, and other capital that make the ecosystem of a business work. And this is the sort of information that we need to bring out to our people.
So when the people come in, pitch their ideas, the winner gets to get what? The capital as well?
Ndakakutumira post wakandi blue ticker post error re-Exotica Institute of Business and that Global Institute. Ndakataura ndikati izvezvi vari kuita competition one emabusiness kuti vanhu uye mupiche vanhu vari kupicha, you just register, you pay your registration fee, you obvoita opicha business rako. Then musi watuma chikuHICC uku pari kuitwa the empowerment conference here inenge nemaspika hobo, ana Jema variko, ana Ken Sharp variko, ana Atamarara, a lot of people, a lot of prominent people vachanga variko. Musi uri kuitwa empowerment conference iyo, and ndo musi uri kubva announce kwa futi win, and you walk away with $5,000. Saka kana idea yako iri, kana idea yako iri
ndikupicha idea, ndikupicha kuna wrong.
Exactly, don't pitch to me.
So we just have an exciting moment where a $5,000 first prize is going to be issued on stage in cash to the winner, and I'm sure that will be a very exhilarating moment. But we are not just here to excite. We are not motivators. We are here to bring solutions, lasting solutions, sustainable solutions. So we are unveiling the EXG Venture Capital EXG Venture Capital ecosystem that is meant to bring the business community around, to identify and appreciate that we have many brilliant ideas floating in the air that just need support. So one member in the business community will be able to identify this is a good idea, but it's lacking in this or that. And usually the big thing is the finance. And we know the banking system is traditionally expected to support. But look, this is Africa. Let's be real with ourselves. We are hardly second, third generation of wealth. We are always building. This is where we are coming from. This is why I referred to our history. And we need financing or a funding system that is appropriate and applicable to ourselves. So this is the EXG Venture Capital Funding ecosystem that we are establishing, that we want to showcase. So what we are doing as EXG, we are essentially a coordinator. The business community, with all the capitals that I made mention of, financial, technical, and every other support, they are there. And they usually, the young minds that are very inquisitive without the capital, but have got all the ideas are there. We are a meeting place, we integrate and we administer this ecosystem to work, to function for the two. So as opposed to one thinking of depositing or stashing money away for later use, you can actually make a good return out of investing in this venture capital. At the same time, you're not just making a return, you're also building the economy of Africa.
Yes, now someone who's watching is probably wondering, I have a good idea. I want to attend this program. How much does it cost? So
to participate in the business competition, I'm trying to give it the proper wording we've given it. It's EXG Business Pitch Competition. You need to register with us. That is for $200.
Okay.
When you've parted with $200, on the 23rd, that is the Sunday coming, we've got a masterclass that is going to be taking place. And this masterclass is not going to be paid for, it's for free. This is a masterclass where we've got experts, doctors in the field will be helping us for a good solid 3 hours. We've imported some of that material to help us to be coached to be ready for the pitch. So on the 26th, we're going to have semifinals. And these semifinals are going to be eliminating the pitches. Not all pitches will manage to go to the finals.
Okay.
So the final 5 will present at the conference on the 2nd. And that is where the winner is going to come up with a $5,000 prize, and their runner-ups were with their gadget prizes as well.
Okay, and I'm also thinking that, when you present your idea to many business people, and even if you do not win, the networking and probably someone else will listen to your idea and they'll be interested in it.
Precisely, you're very right. In fact, what we're encouraging is let's not look at it short term. The thing here is as an institute of business, we are here to address 2 elements that have killed, or rather that have not allowed us to progress, is the psychology and the principles of business. You don't sow a seed today and harvest on the same day. Fast money comes and goes the same way it came. So what we are encouraging is, you may lose at the business pitch competition, but the point is you're already in our database. Because we are a coordinator of the venture capital funding ecosystem, you can be guaranteed, as long as you've got a sound business proposition, your concept is making business sense, or it might be needing tweaking here and there.
Yeah.
Be sure you are now in our database, and you will be picked as those the funders, the business community reviews from time to time who to give that financing to and other technical support.
You know, I feel like we can actually have these conversations the whole day because there's so much to talk about if we really want to develop the nation, develop the young minds to make sure that they think that they can actually be something and not just workers for their masters. But what are your last words to the nation of Zimbabwe in terms of, I know we were talking earlier on about a mindset shift. What would you like to say to the people of Zimbabwe about that?
We really would like to appreciate the strides that we have made so far. And we have now brought to the market a brand new concept that is going to work for not just Zimbabwe, it's going to work for the continent. And methodically, we are going through the continent, implanting this new method of bringing up an economy that works for all of us. Now, let's not sit back and expect someone else, a savior, to come and rescue us out of our situation. We've got tools within ourselves to network sufficiently and make a difference on the continent of Africa. And EXG is here to coordinate, to help. I believe there are many other individuals who might have had these ideas, but there's just not been a formalized coordination point where minds can meet. And as such, we are inviting everyone with their brilliant ideas to come along to meet EXG at the conference on the 2nd of March, and we'll be able to exchange ideas and make it possible for Africa to shine once again.
Thank you so much. And I'd like to say, on behalf of everyone who's watching, thank you so much for those insightful words. And thank you so much for the program that's coming up on the 2nd of March. And
our contacts will be very critical at this point in time.
Yes, most definitely.
Yes, so we usually prefer to work on WhatsApp, which is 0773 542 641.
Maybe you can just repeat that number again.
I'll repeat, it's 0773 542 641. WhatsApp text is always working wonders for us. And I'm looking forward to meeting the masses of Zimbabweans at this point in time while we're doing it in Harare, who are focused on developing and excelling.
Thank you so much once again, Mr. Dzimira, for your time. Well, you've had it for yourself. You have to be at the HICC on the 2nd of March to get more of this and make sure that you network with other business people. You're still watching Ngariedza on 3K TV, and do stand by for arts and entertainment news coming up next.